What's up, guys? Welcome to the Central Side. I'm your host, Briana Blocker. These are your disputants, Jayda Hill and Marquis Jones. All right, let's begin. The Mules baseball and Jenny's softball team started out the season about the same last season, playing ranked teams. What are your expectations about the rest of the season?
Well, it's good to have another show. This time, Ben's not here, so the show got a lot prettier this week. But going with baseball right now, the Mules started off 1-5 the first 6 games so far this season, and I think it comes down to them not having a field. The baseball field just got renovated, and it's finally done. They just had their first practice this week on there, so I think it's hard for them to actually play good right now just because they haven't had a thing to practice on. Followed by with the Jennies, they started off 5-5 last year as well, 5-5 this year. They were 49-16 final regular season. I think they're going to have another great year. They have a bunch of juniors and seniors returning, so I expect big things out of softball, baseball. They just got to look towards their bullpen, but I think they'll be fine.
You know what, Marquis, I really agree with you there. Baseball, like you said, they haven't really had a place to practice. Consistency is huge in sports, especially in college sports, and something as a baseball. So not having that field to practice on, of course, is a huge component on why they're probably 1-5. And moving on to the Jennies, actually, freshman Emily Robinson was MIAA Pitcher of the Week. So I'm just expecting great things from her this year, freshman year, coming out, playing phenomenal so far. They're 5-5. It's a lot of more games to play this season, so I'm sure the Jennies will get right on track.
I definitely agree with both of you. All right, moving on. Over the last couple of weeks, Mules and Jennies basketball. How does the rest of the season fare out in your thoughts?
Okay, well, the Mules and Jennies basketball has been something. Actually, Marquis and I worked closely the entire year calling the games together. So it's something that we've kind of seen both teams grow. I'm actually going to start with the Jennies because the Jennies kind of came out to a little bit of a interesting kind of rocky start, I guess I would say, at the beginning of the year, just trying to figure out where they all mesh kind of together. And then after Christmas break, we saw an entire new team, just phenomenal team. Everybody's playing well together. I mean, it's great. And I think that they've been playing well so far. They're definitely going to move far in the, in the conference here. And Ashley Jones, Ashley Duffy, and Shelby Winkleman are going to be a huge component in that because those, I call them the big three myself because those three are just phenomenal together. And then as well as Taylor Wicks jumping on with that, it'll be great.
Like you forget one.
I'm
like,
well,
man.
of course you can't forget about her. I mean, because when she's hot, if they can get her open, I know we've seen a lot later in the year that she's really been getting locked down on, but I mean, when they get her open, there's no stopping
her
her
at the 3-point line. I'm going to start with the Mules first. Calling the basketball game tonight. They play Pitt State. They just lost against Southwest Baptist this past weekend, 70-76, which is a very important game for them because that game and then they played Missouri Western. Those two teams are right behind them in the conference ranking. And Jennings, like you said, they just clinched a spot in the MIAA tournament at 8th. Mules are at 11th right now, so they have to win out. And the teams that are playing, Southwest Baptist, are right behind them. They lost to them, so that was a crucial loss for them. Missouri Western is literally right behind them. That's the last game of the regular season. So 4 games left. Kyle Wolf has gone down. They're looking towards Emmanuel Cunningham. Jacob Lawrence, he had a big game with a career high of 21 points. Marquis Lawrence, he had 20 points as well. The Mules just got to find a way to win. I mean, it's the last 4 games. They just have to find something, and it's hard because they haven't had a year like this, a 4-game skid losing streak like this since 2001-2002 season. So Mules got to find something. For the Jennies, thank God they just got that bid for the tournament. So like I said, they're the sleeping team in the conference tournament. They're 8-10 right now. I still think they can go pretty deep in the conference tournament. So I expect something big out of the Jennies.
Like you said there with the Mules, I mean, it's just almost, I think it's like a matter of thing where they just need to mesh because they've been finding like those people like Kyle Wolf is a huge thing that they've lost him because he was kind of like almost like a go-to person, like, okay, we need a bucket.
Yeah, he's been on the
Kyle
team the
Wolf.
longest.
Exactly. And so now we're seeing those leaders in like Spencer Reeves, and we see a little bit in Damania Cunningham and the freshman Jacob Lawrence, but we haven't really seen just like them play as a unit.
Well,
and I feel like that's what they need to do to
they got to
secure
execute
their
on the
spot.
charity shots. Get to the free throw line, make those shots. Also get the ball inside. They love taking an outside shot. I feel like sometimes you have to get the ball inside though, because that's where your points are gonna come from majority of the game. And you got Lawrence and Lawrence, those 2 big guys who stay inside and they're getting most of your points. Look towards them. Damaya Kane, we know he can drive to the basket, get those layups. We know he's a sharp shooter, but he has to start directing his team as a point guard, get assists, and start directing his team because Kyle Wolf is not playing right now.
Well, all right, guys, you both made pretty solid points. Fingers crossed for the Jennies and the Mules this season. But right now we have to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about Jerry Hughes and wrestling. See you then.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
I choose red to blaze my own trail.
I choose red to be with students and faculty who make me feel at home.
I wanted a university with a big picture perspective. That's why I chose red.
Why do you choose red?
Choose red.
Choose red. Choose the University of Central Missouri. Choose red. Can I do that? Is that allowed?
All right, now let's hop right back into these topics. UCM wrestler Archie Williams and Nick Lovejoy earned all MIAA honors at the MIAA championships. How big of an accomplishment is that for UCM athletics program?
Well, as a UCM athlete, I am also a conference champion in track and field as well. I think it's a huge accomplishment. I'm not trying to brag about myself. I'm just saying it's a huge accomplishment, especially for this program, because we're toughest conference. You get something out of this conference, you're bound to do something great at the national level in the NCAA. But shout out to Nick and Archie. Archie's a senior, so that's good for him. He got second. Lovejoy got third. He's a junior, so he's going to come back next year, probably looking to be a champion. But like I said, it's always a huge accomplishment coming off a conference win or second or third like that. It's very phenomenal.
Definitely.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree with you there. The MIAA is a really rough conference. Being an athlete again myself, I just transferred into this conference. Very competitive and crazy hard. And just speaking, like personally, I actually just got recently to talk to Archie a little bit, and I just know that last year he actually got first. So he's a little kind of rough around the edges about that one. Not too happy.
And he got disqualified in that last match. That's why he got second. So I know he's going to be a little mad about going to regionals, but he has a momentum to go off of and do well at regionals. So. And
definitely just like knowing Archie in general, he's one of those like people, like he's just a fighter in general. If you just talk to him about wrestling, he loves wrestling. So he's just one of those people. I mean, I'm sure he'll bounce back like you said and do great. And it's a great accomplishment for UCM. I really feel like this is kind of putting the wrestling team on the map.
Especially
here.
after losing a national champion in Frank. So I think it's big for Archie and Nick to get those accomplishments.
Definitely. Big ups to the wrestling team. All right, guys. So the great UCM athletic director, Jerry Hughes, is a sports legend of Missouri. How great is that?
I mean, just the fact that I'm sure that he's like ecstatic. I mean, that's amazing. Just being able to somebody call you a sport legend, like, I mean, I feel like that's just something that comes with the title itself. I mean, it kind of just speaks for itself. Like that's great, and the fact that we have the privilege of him being our athletic director here at UCM. I mean, I just feel like he leads our athletics in an amazing direction.
You know, he's been here since my mom graduated here in 1983, and his first year actually, that's when the Mules and Jennies basketball team won the dual national championship. So that's very good. He's been here since baseball won too, Jennies track and field won too. So he's been here, major accomplishments. You know, I think it's a great look for UCM and himself. He was the vice president of NCAA Division II. So I think it's a great accomplishment. Like we were talking about earlier, we saw him yesterday watching us at track practice. It was a little creepy, just a little bit. But I mean, that's part of his job, so it's nothing wrong with that. But I think it's very good. You know, he's getting accomplished. He's going to get honored tonight as well at the basketball game. So I think it's a huge accomplishment for UCM athletics.
Definitely. We all love Jerry Hughes. I'm sure he's a little rough around the edges sometimes. But hey, that's Jerry.
Speaking of a story with Jerry, I remember this summer he was yelling at us for using the weights from the football weight room, put them on the street. So I mean, yeah, he has his moments. But I mean, you know, we all love Jerry here, so.
He yelled at me for picking up a football, but okay. When we come back, we'll discuss UCM football tryouts. Stay tuned.
Spending time with my boys is precious. I love being a dad. It's what I cherish above all other things, especially now. I was deployed to Iraq and served there for just over 12 months. I am certainly proud, but more grateful for that opportunity. When I was in Iraq, I was amazed that I could access PBS online. The coverage that the NewsHour provided gave an accurate portrayal of the events as I understood them unfolding. I thought it was an outstanding resource. It was a great way for me to stay connected to my country, but also where it really mattered, which was home. Having that tangible connection was really meaningful for me. PBS is something that I trust, and what they reflect to me is what's best about my country.
Back, guys. All right, guys. The Mules will be holding walk-on tryouts for UCM football this Thursday, February 18th. Registration will start at 9:30 a.m. until 10. Testing will run from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Registration and testing will be at the multi-purpose building. Are you guys ready for the new team?
I'm ready for the new team. I'm sad to say that I'm going to be graduating this year, but I will be at every home game next year just as an alumni. But would I be trying out? I mean, I have an extra year for athletics here, but no, I'm not going to try out because my football days are over. That was high school. I'll focus more on track. If I had to give advice for football, I mean, they probably don't care. Sabota really don't care probably. But I would say look towards a running back because, Marquis Smith transferred. He's at Mizzou now. So I feel like they need some depth there in the running back position. Ray Harris coming back. But, I mean, he's not a guarantee. He's coming off an injury. Anything can happen. You really have nobody to back him up. And Marquis Smith is a really good backup, especially with experience now.
Yeah, UCM had a lot of injuries last season.
Yeah.
But since Marquis Smith is gone, I was thinking that maybe I could just take that running back position. I mean, I'm a little small, so maybe I can, just bulk up, get some muscle milk in me.
You run track.
Pads on. Exactly.
You be a wide receiver.
I think I could just
be the first girl in
first
history.
wide receiver. Exactly, at UCM. And, nobody would, I don't think they would want to tackle me, right? Maybe.
Northwest will probably love to tackle you so they get that win still.
They'd probably, maybe I'm going to stray away from the football team.
I'm not getting to talk about anybody. Powder Puff football QB looking at your girl right here, but that's it.
We should have a Powder Puff team.
Yeah, we should.
We're going to start one.
Oh, God.
Because I'm not getting tackled. But anyways, when we come back, we'll discuss the NBA All-Star Weekend.
I choose red for unlimited possibilities.
I choose red because my family is less than an hour away, but I still get to be independent.
I get to apply my classroom experience to my everyday life. That's why I chose red. Okay, that'll work.
Why do you choose red?
Choose red.
Choose red.
Choose the University of Central Missouri.
Choose red. Kidding, that was a joke.
Welcome back, guys. And now the moment we've all been waiting for, the NBA All-Star Weekend.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so retirement and attitude. Should Peyton Manning retire and Cam Newton is Cam Newton a sore loser?
Bye, Peyton Manning. Just go. I'm sorry. He's 40 years old. He's been in the league for 20 years. He's been in the league for so long. Go out on top. You won a Super Bowl. This is it. He gets these health updates every year to see if he can come back. This was not his best year. It really wasn't. He had injuries. He's done. I'm sorry. He's done. Cam Newton thing. It kind of hits close to me only because I hate how the media is all like, he's a sore loser. He can't take a loss. You have to understand he's a professional athlete. He lost a Super Bowl. As an athlete, I wouldn't want to be talked to. And I know it's part of his job description to do that stuff, but last year we lost MIAA conference track and field mules. We came in second, and we fought our way back to get in that position. We had injuries in that meet. We were so close. It came down to the last meet. Somebody got hurt on our relay, and I broke down. I cried. People from other teams came up to me and said, "You guys be good. You guys be strong next year." And I took that, and I was like, "Yeah, we will." And I take it as motivation. But at the same time, I felt like I was a loser because we didn't accomplish something. And it's just part of the game. Emotions get the best of it. You put our blood, sweat, and tears in this. Cam Newton's not a sore loser. He put hours of work into this, and he wanted to win. I mean, you have to give him credit, and I don't believe that he should be called a sore loser.
I definitely agree.
Okay, I'm going to start off with Peyton Manning here. I mean, I think personally Peyton Manning has had a great run. growing up watching football with my dad, I used to love Peyton Manning. Just like, oh my gosh, like just like All-American. You know, the whole family is football. It just, I don't know, it was really just like a happy story to me. So him retiring, I mean, of course he's getting a little older. I think it's a good idea. He's finishing out on top, of course, 2 Super Bowls with 2 different teams, which is something that's phenomenal. It doesn't ever usually happen. So that's a big deal. But now over to Cam Newton. I mean, I don't think that he's a sore loser, but honestly, you just have to think in general, people don't like to lose.
Right.
Like, Americans especially, we don't like to lose. So I'm sorry that if I don't want to have a conversation, I don't want to talk after I just lost the biggest thing in my career.
And the fact that somebody that won the Super Bowl is behind you giving an interview and talking about just bashing you out, I don't blame him for getting up and walking out.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you want him to say? He lost the Super Bowl, the biggest career in his game. I mean, in his career.
And this is his job. Like, it's not like, okay, it's like kind of like different when you're in high school and you lose the state championship. Okay, that hurts. But like, this is like what he does. He doesn't have anything else to go to. Like, this is his job.
He's been dreaming about
this
this
is what he does. Like, he's a football player. So when he loses, like, that's like, I don't know. That's like having a bad day at work.
How do you feel after you just lost Super Bowl? What do you mean?
Exactly. You mean, how do I feel?
Yep. Well, better luck next year, Cam Newton, and you know it was nice knowing you, Peyton Manning. Good job. You got your win. Now we're gonna discuss the All-Star Weekend, and I know you all have something to say about that. So.
I'm a little down about myself because I really don't miss the All-Star game festivities like slam dunk contest, 3-point. I really don't care about the game initially itself because I'm more of a baseball All-Star game because that's. They actually play the game. NBA All-Star game, they just go out there and have fun. No defense. I love college basketball, but I was at a track meet, so I kind of missed everything. But I did see highlights. I saw Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was probably the life of the whole entire show there. He did a 3-point contest with Draymond Green. He actually tied him, which was very interesting. Drake and then was coaching in the USA and Canada, which is fun. Kevin Hart came off the bench as the coach and got into the game, so I thought that was funny. But the dunk contest itself, a lot of people say that was probably the best dunk contest since Michael Jordan and Wilkes contest. But I say competitive-wise, yes. Entertaining, no, because I think the most entertaining dunk contest I've ever seen was Dwight Howard and Nate Robinson, because they put a lot of character into that one.
Maybe not when oh my gosh, I'm stumped for his name right now. Oh my gosh, Blake Griffin. You didn't like Blake Griffin?
He dunked.
That was my favorite.
I thought it was pretty entertaining as well. But I thought Dwight Howard and Nate Robinson had the most entertaining because they put a lot of thought and a lot of character to it. Nate Robinson dunked over Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard came out with a cape on. Nate Robinson had some kryptonite shoes on. That's so entertaining. So entertaining.
Yeah, I will say I watched it and it was quite entertaining to me. But I'm not the big.
I would say one thing though, the dunk between the legs Eric Gordon did, that was pretty impressive.
Pretty sweet, right?
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the best dunks I've ever seen.
All right, moving on. So it must be retirement season because the great Kobe Bryant, he had his last All-Star weekend. So what are your thoughts about that?
I have to give credit where it's due because I am more of on the LeBron spectrum of things, but I do think Kobe Bryant is a phenomenal basketball player. And he's been in the league for so long. 5 NBA championships, 18-time All-Star. His career has just been phenomenal. So, of course, he's like Peyton Manning, retiring on a high note, doing great. And I think it's time for him. He deserves to be able to sit back and relax and watch his kids grow up, just go to the games and watch now.
I think it's a little interesting how the number 24 is being retired a lot this season. You got Charles Wilson, Marshawn Lynch. Yeah. I'm still shocked about that one. Marshawn is 29 years old and he's retiring. And so
must be nice.
But I think Kobe Bryant, I'm a little sad about it because now it's LeBron's time, of course. But it's more on lines like who's next after LeBron's gone because LeBron, Curry,
Curry.
I honestly think Steph Curry can take over LeBron's spot right now the way he's been playing.
I would hate to see that happen. I really like both of them, but I just love Steph Curry. His whole
Curry
we were
is
just
a
talking
man.
about his family appeal.
He's the ultimate
he's
star.
Well, I say this then. Kobe Bryant's leaving, so it is Steph Curry's time now. He's going. I still think he can pass LeBron though. Steph Curry's having a phenomenal year. He's going to win MVP. He's going to win it. But shouts to Kobe. It's all about having fun now. He's even said that they asked him what's the worst thing about this last season. Like his team sucks right now. He doesn't like to lose, but he's trying to have fun. It's the best. That's the only thing you can do.
Definitely. All right, guys. When we come back, We'll discuss Royals and all right. We'll see. Stay tuned.
Where's Ben Eaton when you need him?
I grew up in Harlem during the Depression, but I was extremely fortunate to have an opportunity to go to college, tuition free. When I retired, I thought if I can even help one person go to college, I'll have done something really great. So I support one student with a scholarship. I see the values of PBS in sync with my values. And just the way I want to pass on a legacy of education, I would like to pass PBS on to the next generation. That's why I've included my PBS station in my estate planning.
Call 1-800-753-3436.
I like to think that PBS is concerned with our soul. If your soul is in the right place, you're giving back.
Welcome back, guys. I hope you didn't go anywhere. Now we're going to talk baseball. All right, so as we all know, Royals are ranked number 10 in the MLB, and Cardinals 13. What are your expectations for the upcoming season?
Okay, let me say this first. I know Ben Eaton's going to be mad about this show right now because he loves talking about the Royals, but I don't think the Royals are going to win a World Series.
Are we all Cardinals fans?
I think we are.
Oh, this is not good.
So you know what? Cardinals all the way, of course.
The Royals did. They had 2 consecutive, very good seasons.
Yeah. I told Ben this last week. You guys might hate me after this, but I mean, I'm not going to be biased about this. But I think the Cubs will win the World Series next year.
Really?
They got Jason Hayward from us, which I'm still upset about so much. But how they beat us in the playoffs, I kind of expected that to happen. It's sad to say that, but they have the best lineup. But I'm not going to down my Cardinals out because they always come back somehow.
Yes,
Definitely.
I just enjoy, I don't know, Yadier Molina. I enjoy him. He actually lives down the street from me. So I feel like I have to be a Cardinals fan, even though I'm from Illinois. And I guess I should be a Cubs fan. But, I mean, of course, I never doubt the Cardinals out. I always, no matter how bad they're playing or how good they're playing, I'm always going to be a Cardinals fan just because, just the Cardinals. But I know the Royals have a huge target on their back. I mean, they just won the World Series. So everybody's going to try to be attacking them, of course.
I've been hearing this quote a lot that a winner shows a winner when you come off a big loss. Royals lost the World Series 2 years ago. They won this year. So that was big. I don't think they're going to win this year, though. Astros are coming off another phenomenal year as well. Mets looking strong as well. Cardinals looking strong. Dodgers looking strong. I think it'd be a big year for the Royals. They had problems trying to keep players this offseason. So I don't even see them making the playoffs, honestly. I feel like the Detroit Tigers might take that region.
Dang.
Yeah.
A little shade thrown to all the Kansas
say,
City people.
wow.
No, they can get mad all they want to, okay? They can get mad all they want to. I've been up here for 4 years, and I'm sick and tired of it.
The Royals, really?
I'm a Royals fan, man.
Did you guys look at the trophy?
No.
I didn't because, I honestly don't care. I'm not a Royals
I've seen 11
fan.
of them.
I'm not,
I've seen 11. Scott, I've seen 11 of them.
And actually in my house, we have the little Cardinals ring. We have one of them in in our basement. Why, I don't know, but
It's a little shade thrown at the Royals.
Yeah, there is. I can't wait to get back home to St. Louis.
I don't really follow baseball, but the Royals did have a pretty good season.
Yeah,
obviously, I love the Cardinals because I'm from St. Louis.
Exactly.
Go Birds.
Well, okay. One word. This is awkward. Backtracking. The NBA trade deadline is Thursday, February 18th at 3 p.m. Eastern. What big trades will be made before that time expires?
Okay, this is big time for the NBA right now. Besides Golden State, they don't need nobody. They only got 4 losses. Spurs definitely don't need nobody. Cleveland, I'm hearing things about Melo and Love. I don't know about
I'm
that.
going to cross my fingers.
New York is not letting that happen.
But you know what? If it did happen, I think I might be the happiest girl in the world.
No, I talked to Ricky Rivera. I'm calling a game with him tonight. Yeah, I can check out his show on the radio. But hold on, this is my show right now. But Ricky said he'd be mad if that happens because how the NBA commissioner denied the Chris Paul trade a couple years ago to the LA Lakers. He said he didn't want that to go down. Ricky said that would be very disrespectful if they let the Melo trade happen.
I mean, but it would be. it might be disrespectful to whoever thinks it's disrespectful, but I think it would be a great idea. I mean, who wouldn't want Melo to be in
I
Cleveland?
mean, LeBron, he needs to win a championship on his own. I'm sorry.
It would be such a power team. It would be just like
can we go
who
back
could
to
beat them?
Can we go back to days where we didn't have all these superstars on one team?
But why wouldn't you want to have all your superstars on one team so you can just beat everybody and win
I'm
the championship?
a Miami Heat fan, and I didn't like the whole LeBron thing. I'm glad he gave us 2 championships. I'm glad. I'm a Wade fan, but
I'm a LeBron fan, so
I don't care. But go back to Miami. I'm here to talk about Miami trying to get Dwight Howard, trade him with Whiteside. I think it'd be a good fit for Dwight only because the Rockets is not really helping him out, and I think that if Dwight Howard goes to Miami, he won't resign with Miami. He'll probably go to Atlanta because that's the team he's been looking at for years now, and it'll open up more cap room for the Rockets and Miami. So I think that would be a good trade.
Personally, I'm sorry, but I'm a little tired of Dwight Howard. To me, he is very soft.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I just don't like that style of basketball. I don't like you crying. I don't like you wanting a pity party. I don't like you wanting to foul every little touch. So to me, he needs to go ahead and give it up. I mean,
and
he had
you
a
say
little
you're
run.
a LeBron fan.
I know LeBron does it too, but this is the thing. LeBron will still try. Like Dwight Howard, Dwight Howard is a baby. I know LeBron's a baby too. But
LeBron is the biggest baby in the NBA.
But LeBron is it's LeBron. So
what does that mean?
That's just how he is. But Dwight Howard he's just a punk, is what I'm trying to say.
Every time LeBron gets fouled, he got to run up to the ref. He got to run all the way down the court to get in the ref's
But that's okay because it's
LeBron.
That is not okay. But Dwight Howard is a punk. You just have to, and you know he a punk, so you just have to admit it.
Oh my goodness.
I can't admit that. Oh, we ain't stopping. I can't admit that.
He's 6'8".
LeBron is the biggest baby in the NBA.
Okay, but look, Dwight Howard is a 6'8", 6'9" baby. So
LeBron James is 6'8", 350 pounds. He's a big man.
Okay, whatever.
Now that I have lost all the hearing in my right side, that kind of wraps up the show. You guys both made solid, very valid points. Hope you guys tune in next week. I was your host, Briana Blocker. This is Jayda, and this is Marquis. See you next week on Central Side.
Go Mules.
I'm dead. He's like,